It's interesting that we have Tyson Fury against Francis, and it's one is starting a boxing. We live for UFC. It's a boxing debut, and also we're having somebody that who is an heavyweight champion, has done so well in boxing. He has kicked almost everybody out of his way. This connection between this side, this is something unexpected, but this is what we are seeing, and is Tyson Fury has shown that you don't have to have the muzzle. You don't have to have the whole. October 28th is going to be the fight in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is telling us that that's a new place for sport apart from just football. But tell us, between these two sides, do you think Francis, the Cameroonian, who has done so well for UFC and all the martial fights, is doing this, and he's been trained by Mike Tyson, and this seems to be something worrisome. And though Tyson Fury and his family have said Mike Tyson has betrayed them, but I don't know what that means. But the fact remains that, don't you think Francis is doing something he shouldn't do? I mean, a debutant in boxing against an heavyweight champion. What's your opinion on this one?
Let's say you can't take away any surprise that may happen from this. There may be a surprise, a big one, and also don't take away anything that at the end of the day there won't be any surprise. It may be some of the things that people already have in mind. But whether he loses or not, he has $10 million for him. That's business. That's business. So this is sports business. So if we still have Tyson beating him, okay, he still have his money, $50 million. So any of them there, is for business. So for Francis, of course, whether he loses or not, just for competing against him, he has $10 million. And it will also be an experience for him. Apart from the experience, I'm also seeing him, trying to put his name out there, so that people will also know that, yes, I'm a boxer and I can do a lot. Okay. And I think after this fight, a lot of people will still be coming.
So we should be expecting one day that we're going to show you this particular highlight soon. So that means we'll be expecting our own Israel Adesanya coming into boxing. Because if Francis wins this, he is telling people that you can actually change from martial art to boxing. I don't know who's going to win this, because when you have been trained by Mike Tyson, I think we shouldn't take for granted. Yeah. But the odds are against Francis, because we know that even heavyweight champions and people in the same category of Tyson Fury has really defeated them. Yeah. Talk less of somebody that lacks the experience coming from a different sport entirely to fight someone that is an heavyweight champion. So the odds are against Francis. But do you think a surprise can take place?
There may be a surprise, because tactically, when you look at, or technically per se, when you look at Francis' way of fighting in UFC, you will see that there are also good punches. You understand? There are also good punches. And I'm looking at that. With his experience, he may be able to, put in some good moves that will be able to hit, Tyson seriously. So that's the way I'm seeing it. And that is why I said we shouldn't just end up, canceling him completely from making good effort.
If the implication of that for boxing lovers is that if Tyson Fury loses October 20th, it changed the whole setting. He has a belt. Usyk has 2 belts, which he took from Anthony Joshua. Usyk has been penned down to also fight Tyson Fury. So if at the end of the day, if Francis defeats Tyson Fury, that permutation is out. Tyson Fury is out of contention.
Of course.
He has now come in the same place where he and Anthony Joshua is, without no belt.
Yes.
No, that now become former heavyweight champion. It will now be Francis going to fight a mandatory fighter, and Usyk also going to fight before they meet each other.
Yes.
So the people we've been talking about in the past is no longer going to be in the forefront of heavyweight. That will change things, and we're no longer going to see Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. But the other fight also people are talking about is Wilder, the bronze bomber, against 2 times heavyweight champion, our own Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder. What do you think will happen?
Muda, history is all about time. It's all about event. It's all about the exceptionals. So if it happens, we have Francis doing this, then it's another history entirely that someone from UFC all of a sudden came in and
dismantled the heavyweight post.
So that's history, and it will be there forever. So we shouldn't be surprised if something happen. And for those who thinks they don't want this to happen, we still want to maintain and see what Fury and these other people will be able to do in future. Then we have someone who is coming to, dismantle the whole arithmetic, So it shouldn't be an issue. So, but, while others are looking at it as more of a sports business, from Francis, looking at that money. Let me participate. Whether I win or not, I have my money. And I have, because these guys, they don't care about pens. They live with pens. So they live with the pens and they have their money. But I am also seeing it, this is not just about the money. He also wants to make history. Okay? Not only just the history, he also wants to change.
Francis is from Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not a Nigerian. And what does that mean? What does it mean for Africa that somebody from that category or that different sport come into? Are we making a bold statement that for Africans, we can also do the expressional?
Yeah. It's a bold statement. It's a bold statement because, it's hard to see this kind of moves. And for him to do that, I know he's not just coming like that, as I said. He must have also weighed his ways and also his technical teams and those who have training.
Let me take that from you. Can see from the screen right now.
Yes.
When you see a man, Fury has told us that it's not about your six-pack. He has told us about it's not about how big your chest is. That boxing is about tactics. So when next you see a man with a belly, that doesn't mean that he can't fight. But now with Francis coming in, do you think Francis, I'm asking that again, really stand a chance against a champion like Tyson?
Yeah, you have already said it. It's not about the stomach and all. It's all about the punches and the techniques.
And the technicalities.
Yeah, the technicalities is behind the whole thing. So I believe the two of them have what it takes. And don't be surprised, you may see a lot from Francis.
Yeah. Lastly, on boxing, before we round up the show, Saudi Arabia is the new home of sport. Footballers are all going there, not just the weakest of them all.
Yeah.
The best of the best of the best of footballers are in Saudi Arabia. And now this is boxing. Other sports are going there.
Yeah.
All other sports are going there. Now, what can you say about the new avenue about Saudi Arabia that you probably want to mention for anything sports? Is that a good investment? What can you say about that?
It's a good investment, and they see the future. They are working with it. So while others are busy talking and making all sorts of comments about Saudi Arabia, they are busy doing their thing. And you can see a lot of people buying tickets going for this. It will boost the tourism, it will boost the economy of the country, and they are making bold statements about how to run sports. So while others are busy saying all sorts of things, They are busy making sure that these sports are coming in, you know, from football, boxing. Call them. They keep doing that. Okay. And we are not surprised. They have the money. They have what it takes. And a lot of people have become, I mean, we are having more lovers of Saudi Arabia than all these other countries.
Okay. Yeah. Because of our time, we want to say a big thank you for being part of today's program. We thank you very much for giving us your expert opinion on this. Sport administrator, sport director, Ambassador Iwuananyanwu. You've done so much for Imo State. You've done so much even for Lagos.
Thank you very much.
You've taken so much young boys outside the country, and you're full of lot of experience when it comes to sport. Thank you for your wealth of experience today.
Thank you very much, Mudashitu.
Yeah, that's all we want to take for today's program. But we'll be leaving you with an interesting moment at the Budapest 2023 World Athletic Championship. So same time tomorrow, let's don't forget, when it comes to sport, Plus Sport has you covered. Thank you for watching. I am Mudashiru Shitu.